Yo, 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 what up, people? We died last goddamn stream, and I had to quit stream early over that, man. It really upset me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be upfront about it. It really fucked me up. But we recover. We move on. We keep it pushing. We go again. So we're going to be starting a new hardcore character today, but we're going to divert a bit. And we're going to do some React content to start the day off because I need to ease into things today, boys. I need to ease into things. Plus, there's just some stuff I've been wanting to cover and actually give my undivided attention to. So we're going to do that. That's what we're going to rock and roll with to start the day off. It should be a good time. And then we'll move on to starting a new character and trying to push to 60 again. This time I think we're going to not make the mistake of fucking running a chanting early. We'll just level our enchanting up at the end. When we hit 55, 60, somewhere around there. You know, we'll just go and just grind it out real fast and do our enchanting. It's just way too costly to do it earlier on. So instead, we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to still run tailoring. And then the one thing that you kind of need to trade for with tailoring is leather. And skinning will give you that leather, plus will make you money instead of losing money the way you do with enchanting. So it's just a really good trade-off. So we're going to do that. We're going to go tailoring skinning is going to be the move. And then hopefully we're going to do a really hard push over the next week. And in 1 week's time, we'll be back at level 40 with mount money this time. And even further with tailoring than we were before. And we'll just be rocking and rolling. I said it'll be good. It'll be good. So that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna do this. But until that actually pops off, before we pop that off, I don't know how you want to word things. Anyway, we're going to start with doing some React content. So, one thing we're going to check out so far is Asmongold's apparently catching some hate from the Pirate Software crew. So, on the back end of the latest Pirate Software drama with the OnlyFans party wipe that cost a druid and a priest their life. Anyway, so we're going to check that out and see what's going on with that. And then we got another video to check out, and then it'll be time to roll the new character and see how it go. Hope everybody's ready.
This is so...
All right. We got here we go. We got the video right here.
This is so stupid. So Pirate Software released a video where he was talking to me about Ashes of Creation, and a lot of the viewers, and by a lot of, by the way, it's very important to say, a lot of the viewers, this means a handful of retards, right?
Yep.
But there are some of them there. I'm gonna see if there's like any more of the comments about this, just so I can scroll back up. Okay, no, there's not. All right, let's see here. And where do we go? We're right here. Okay, so I saw this tweet, and we'll look at what he said. A lot of people are mad that I talked to Asmongold recently about Ashes of Creation. I can see all of your comments and messages about this through YouTube and here on Twitter. In this instance, another creator made a disparaging video about the game, and Asmon didn't have enough game knowledge to talk about it because he hasn't had the chance to play it. This immediately makes the audience have a negative opinion of something nobody would have otherwise to say. I have over 500 hours in the game, and I refuted the video made by the other creator. As Asmongold's channel was the flashpoint for this, it makes sense to talk to him about the situation and clear the air of bullshit. We did this live on Twitch the same day it happened. In the internet today, if you don't say something, then the room will fill up with people who do. I chose to help set the record straight with this, and I'm glad to have done so. If you want to cancel me for talking to him, that's fine, but I would do it again given the chance. The developers don't deserve unwarranted hate. So there are a lot of...
It's a very fair statement. So actually, this actually isn't in relation to the latest WoW drama. It's in relation to the previous drama that happened right beforehand, like just a few days beforehand, but Ash's creation, which we'll go over. But first, I need to do some very slight housekeeping. All right, let's go.
People who are unhappy about the fact that Pirate Software talked to me. You can't just avoid politics in your community. Really? Because it seems like he just did. Doing a video with someone who is the worst choices in games, is so openly misogynistic, transphobic, and racist, is a baffling decision. Asmongold is a detriment to games in every sense. Can I ask the question? Why do people think that... I can see why they think I hate women, and I can see kind of why they think I'm racist. Why do they think I'm transphobic?
Because you hate women, and those two go together.
Is this like a Thanos connecting all of the Infinity Stones? Yeah, what did I do? I'm really trying to think about it. What did I do that was transphobic? You were trans in Val... Yeah, I was trans in Valkard. It's friendly fire. No, I don't think that's it. No, trans flag, they don't like you? Yeah, I'm not sure. And yeah, I played Harry Potter. Yes, Hogwarts Legacy. That is a good point. Yeah, there we go. They watch 5 minutes of your content, they'd see that you aren't any of those things. You're not agreeing with them. If you are racist, then you have all the other isms and phobias.
Well, sort of. Like I said,
well,
I think
it's like...
It's the whole, if you're against women, then you're against trans people, and you're also probably racist. I don't think they all necessarily always tie directly into each other, but if you come from the angle of the story with the whole hates women thing, then yes, that one's the domino that in everybody's mind leads to all the other ones, pretty much.
I just find it to be really... It's the sports thing? Really? That's it? That's it? That's... Like, everybody thinks that, though. Who doesn't think that? Is that kidding me? Oh my god! It's the way you talk about the subject. If I wasn't a viewer for years, I would think it maybe. Yes. And so anyway, now, I'm not even racist. I know. And there were some people that were mad that I was being called racist. I was reading some of the comments about this, and some people felt that it was stolen valor. They said Asmon isn't racist. He's never said anything bad about black people. He hasn't even named the Jew. And he doesn't even think that, you know, we should deport all the Indians. This guy doesn't deserve to be called racist. No, we're the racist. This guy's faking it. It's like it's stolen fucking valor. Out of context clips. Oh, people love that. But yes, there were a lot of people that were mad about it. Here's one thing to keep in mind. A lot of people were upset about the fact is the reason why my videos about games are so popular, it's because most people agree with me. Now, on Twitter and on a few other social media platforms, there is an enclave of mentally ill people that have acted as a force multiplier for each other's mental illnesses that have convinced themselves that I'm a Nazi. But the reality is that I actually think most people agree with me. And if they didn't, I wouldn't be seeing so many people watching the videos and agreeing with them. That's the truth. And I think that a lot of people feel the way that I do, and they really appreciate what I say because nobody else has the balls to fucking say it. People don't want to say what I say because they get hate like this, and they cry about it. That's it. Same shirt as in a video? Wait, really? Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? I think it is. Yeah, so that's the reason. And Critical Drinker, well, I like Critical Drinker. Sure, he's good.
Critical
And
Drinker's great.
let's
I
see
love
here. I'll
Critical
figure out.
Drinker.
You represent the silent majority. Well, I'm not really I don't think it's a silent majority. I think it's a very vocal majority too. And yeah, it's funny this person hates you because you reflect the general population. They're saying the general population's racist, and they'd say that about a normal person isn't hyper liberal. Well, most of these people are mentally ill anyway. And so anyway, so let me see if I can find this again. And I guess I'm thinking, where's the best way to do this? Okay. So yes, I feel like engaging with problematic creators without addressing why they are problematic and trying to stay apolitical, you're essentially welcoming those problematic groups onto your channel. If you let
There is some degree to which that is true. If you decide that you want to be a centralist person, which is, I think, a good thing to do, by the way. But if you decide you want to be a centralist person, you don't take a hard stance, that stands majorly in the direction of the right or the left, politically, for example. If you take a pretty centralist position, then you're going to get some people from the far sides of both ends interested in your community. Just the same way as if you actually do commit left, you're going to get far left people interested in the community. If you do commit right, you're going to get far right people interested in the community. If you commit central, you're going to get both of those. But more so, if you take a very neutral stance in regards to highly contested far left or far right topics, then you're going to take that interest from those far left or far right people and galvanize it, and they're going to become a more staple part of your community. And I think once in a blue moon, Asmongold kind of does that. He kind of does, soft roll certain issues that are clearly radical issues and leaves the door open into some of these extreme people. I do think that's the case. And I understand why he does it. It's a good business decision, but it comes with the side effect of what's being discussed here.
losers like this control you, they will ruin your career. If you
True.
don't believe me, look at the Minecraft.
But it's not a matter of letting losers control you, because so he says this he's interpreting this to be like, well, I don't cave to the hard left or the hard right. That's not what's actually being pointed out here. It's not about do not cave to the hard left or the hard right. The point is, do not reject radical statements from the hard left or hard right that the majority of people realize is bullshit. And sometimes he doesn't, because they're just too controversial. And again, it's a good business decision, but it comes with the caveat of you are attracting these people to be regular parts of your community. They're still going to be a minority. They're really not going to do that much damage, but they're going to be there.
From 2021. They let these pathetic, mentally ill losers infest their community like a cancer, and now it's killing them. So I don't really think it's a big surprise at all. Yeah, I mean, you can try to capitulate to people like this if you want, but if you do that, you're going to end up hurting yourself. Yeah, problematic to muted word on X and normal people. Well, I use the word problematic as well. I do. But I just want everybody to know that, all the people that are crying, that are unhappy about this, saying the people who have cancel culture's complaints, yes, absolutely based. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep doing it. And
any statements he does choose to make do seem to always be authentic, which I give him mad respect for. I think, sometimes he refuses to speak on topics that I think he has a strong opinion on, but he just thinks the topic's too controversial. But when he does choose to speak, which is very often, I think it does come from a place of authenticity, and I respect the fuck out of that.
Comments like this and people that are getting in these support groups crying that somebody did a video about me. They only make me, there are two genders, but infinitely many mental disorders. I remember I did say this was in 2016. People really didn't like this tweet. Y'all should have seen, so you think these are bad? You should have seen the ones I had to delete. we went crazy back in the day.
This is an example of what I'm talking about. Like, so he's talking about like he has censored himself for the sake of his image. What he does choose to say, I think, does come from a place of authenticity, but he also does censor himself, take out things that he would say, and just leave nothing said in the wake of it for business purposes.
I had to go through and delete a bunch of other of my old tweets because they would get me banned on old Twitter. And so it was unfortunate. But there it is, never delete. I had to delete. I didn't want to lose my account, right? But that's it. And so if you guys think that that's bad, bro, you have no idea. Bring up the 10-year-old post? Yeah, it's not so good. And I can say that without getting banned. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so all these people do, all of the crying and complaining, it only makes me happy. It only makes me more motivated because I know that I'm upsetting and I'm making the right people mad. I think that it's working.
It's kind of a good barometer.
And I think the truth is the fact that these videos are so influential that people need to like try to collectively try to stop me. I think it goes to show that it's working. And it keeps working. And it will continue to keep working. Because what I'm saying is the truth.
Maybe a bit of an arrogant statement. Maybe a bit arrogant on that level.
Get mad all you want. But same things are going to happen all the same. That's it. It fuels it. Yep, that's right. A lot of comments from people speaking up about the game itself, not the person spoken to. They feel like you guys were dick riding the devs. They wanted you to shit on the game. Well, of course they did, because that was what Narc said, and people like shitting on things. And but it's another illogical, emotional argument that shouldn't be indulged by anyone. It's just stupid. So yes, they're losing a culture war, and they know it. They are, and I will continue to push for it, and I enjoy it. People celebrate, yeah. Serious question. I've got a YouTube video to be a content creator. It's a bad idea. They keep throwing isms at me. I'm the most racist guy. I don't know. I have no idea about that. The truth should never be seen as disrespect. Definitely. Meta is cutting 5% of its lowest performers. Yeah, that's what they should do. It's not that you brainwash the viewers, but it's that so many resonate with what you have to say. Well, people don't want me to have a voice because they're afraid that other people might hear the truth. And I think that's what happens. Now, every once in a while, I'll get...
I think we're running in circles at this point. We're just beating a dead horse. So I'm going to move on to the other video that we wanted to see. It's a Smugglana video. Let's check it out. It's a little loud.
I demanded a divorce out of the blue, but 5 years later, I'm still in love with my husband. Huh? And I wish we could get back together. Not for the first time. As I drive home that evening, I end up pulling over and bursting into tears as I chastise myself over and over for ending my marriage 5 years ago when I was 44. Holy crap, you're 49 and you're still thinking about it? That's crazy work. Another article written by a retarded woman in her...
You're either very immature for your age. Or actually, it's just, I don't see anything other... I was going to say either immature for your age or the experience was particularly traumatic. But we have more context about the experience. You chose to end the... You're just immature. Okay, you're just very immature.
40s chat. At this point, it's gotta be like real because nobody.
I guess I gotta relocate my fucking my personal personage, because I am overlaying Alana right now. Where am I at? Get my own bitch ass out the way. Honestly, you can relocate better than that. Instead, we'll use there we go.
Can just keep coming up with these article titles. Hold on, let me look it up. This looks like Daily Mail if I had to guess. Oh, Daily Mail, I fucking knew it. I could just tell. Okay, let me read this. Walking into the living room, cake blazing, my daughters and I burst into a chorus of happy birthday while I carefully tiptoe towards the delighted birthday boy in question. It's definitely written by a girl. My girls, aged 14 and 12 and 10, rush to their dad, enveloping him in a group hug. I catch his smile and we smile at his eye and we smile at one another as he leans forward and blows out the number 50 at the candle. Blows out the number 50 candle. An hour later, after presents have been opened, I take my leave. No one notices me go, or even barely acknowledges my feeble goodbye. You see, this isn't my home. The girls are staying with their father this evening to continue the celebrations. It's his house, not mine. Wait, she got invited to the birthday party?
She's
not for
the mom.
First time as I drive home. Okay, we read this part.
Of course she. Okay, like, yeah, this is clearly a good dude. Like, and most dudes are good dudes, by the way. Most women are good women. Like, it's not a sexist thing. I'm just saying, like, most people are good people. Yeah, and a good dude's going to invite the mother of his children to an event where the children are being prioritized. And also, good dudes tend to prioritize their children rather themselves during their own birthdays. That's why Mother's Days are historically looked at as about the mother, but Father's Days are not looked at about truly being about the father. That's a choice that men tend to make.
I bitterly regret acting in such haste, not just because I now see that it was a stupid, impulsive thing to do, but because I still love my ex-husband. Getting divorced at age 44 with kids. You can't just keep it together until they're like 18 or something. Look, if you want to...
As somebody who's from a household where my parents, quote unquote, kept it together until the kids were older, no, don't do that. Don't do that. If you truly just can't be copacetic together, then move the fuck on. It is terrible living in a household that's constantly at war. It's better to just have the divorce and get it over with.
Get a divorce that bad? At least wait until your kids are out of the house, man. I don't know.
Hard disagree.
Have some decency. Surely it can't be that bad, especially because you regret it. My impetus for pressing the self-destruct button on my 15-year marriage was a lot more mundane than that. I was dissatisfied, insecure, and worn down by what I perceived as the drudge of my life, and I lost my temper with him once too often. So, instead of going to a therapist... Hold up. Instead of going to the therapist, you blew up at him and lost your temper. temper, and you didn't go to a psychologist or psychiatrist to get some help for your anger management issues. That's interesting. Truthfully, it's not that I haven't built a life for myself since our split. I've been seeing my partner, Tom, for 2 years. He idolizes me, yet, well, I do love him. Whenever I find myself comparing the two of them, I'm afraid Tom fails at the comparison with my ex. If
Don't
Lauren
do that to me,
asked
Alana.
Try
I'm gonna be
again.
tired.
I dump Tom without a backwards glance.
Bruh.
Imagine being Tom reading
Somebody,
this.
yeah, somebody tell Tom, bro.
Dude, that is so heartless. You don't even love the guy that you're just with now after the divorce. Again, she didn't
He's the consolation prize. He's the safety net.
she didn't dump him, or she didn't divorce the original husband for Tom. Tom's been with her for 2 years. But 5 years ago, with 3 daughters under 10 and chronically ill parents, life was unrelenting. Okay, and so does everyone else. Some people's parents, like, pass away and they don't file for divorce. There were times in my early 40s when I was wondered what on earth I had done to deserve such a life. You have 3 kids
Bruh.
and a husband that cares about you.
Bruh.
Okay. As a stay-at-home mom, my life ran on a constant loop of school run, chores, seeing my parents, school run, clubs, cook, bath, and bed, and repeat. Occasionally I go to gym, and even more rarely to have coffee with my girlfriends. Oh, you wanted to be a free spirit, but you have 3 kids to take care of. Look,
Embrace your responsibilities to give your life meaning. It's a lot better than quote unquote being free, in the sense that a lot of people take it to mean the freedom that a lot of people look for is bullshit. Freedom in terms of financial freedom, freedom from having to live paycheck to paycheck, freedom from being subject to the will of distant, uncaring overseers. This is freedom I can get behind. This is freedom that everybody should strive for. But freedom in the sense of no responsibilities, to the point of, like, I don't want to have kids because that's a responsibility and shackles me. That's not actually all freedom. Like, that's bad for you. Like, actually having those kinds of responsibilities is good for the soul. It's what makes you actually live a fulfilling life. So many people take that for granted and bemoan the fact that they have the kind of responsibilities that other people would kill to be able to fucking have.
I understand having a lot of kids is a lot of work. Like, I get it. I understand. Like, I jokingly, this is kind of related, but I was walking my dog right before stream. That's why I was a little bit late. And the dad came out, the neighbor, and they live like across the street, but they know me. And they were like talking about how they didn't get any time to themselves because, like, there's always a kid pestering them on Christmas. They're like, yeah, I sat down, I couldn't watch the baseball. I was pausing constantly because it's like, Dad, can you help with this? Dad, can you help with that? And they have 4 kids. They're really nice, but, like, it's just kind of how it is. Like, I'm sorry, you're allowed to complain.
Most parents that have that complaint will one day miss those moments. Enjoy them while you can. Enjoy when your kids actually care enough to want to have, regular contact with you and engage with you. Because one day, especially if you're the kind of person to be complaining about that, they're not going to want nothing to do with you anymore. Not really. Like, outside of holidays and obligatory events, they're just going to want to live their own lives completely separate from you. And you're going to miss the days when their world revolved around you.
But like, it's just, you did it to yourself. If you have kids and you don't get a personal life, yes, that's unfortunately how it is. And some people choose not to have kids because of that. They want personal time to themselves. Like, it's whatever. It's your prerogative. Again, I can't relate, but at the same time, I've heard from people that have either a handful of kids or a lot of kids, and they always say, I don't have time for myself.
It's a problem with society.
Meanwhile, Lawrence went to work and saw his friends afterwards if it suited him, only helping out with chores and play dates at the weekends. And the one thing I really took umbrage with, had created a man cave at home just for him. This has gotta be trolling. Just make yourself a woman cave then. What's the problem? I don't get it. No. We're gonna take a step back. If you want to have a man cave, you are allowed to have a woman cave. Make your personal little area. It's not that deep.
It's really
Living
not.
the whole house is your sanctuary. I think it's more so that there has to be a space or like a room just for yourself where the kids can leave you.
Yeah, so that comment is bullshit. The comment of, oh, you're a woman, the whole house is... No, it's not. In terms of having a private space where nobody interrupts you, not the kids, not nobody, not nothing. Like, that's something that like, it might sound weird coming from somebody who made this comments that I've already made, because I do still stand behind this, but yeah, it is okay that you want some time to yourself, completely to yourself. And if that's like an hour a day while your partner takes care of the kids for that hour, or whatever it is, like however you manage that, that's fine. And if you want to dedicate it, like if you have the money to have a whole separate room for that, you want to dedicate a space for that, that's not a bad thing. That's, absolutely do that for yourself, man. Like, enjoy it. Absolutely. That's okay. But don't bemoan somebody else that does that just because you're unwilling to do that for yourself. And if you only have the one extra room and he's taking a whole room and you're, well, I don't have a room to do that with, well, then share the room. Have a discussion about that. Be like, let's set this room up to where it works for both of us. And I'll use it at some hours and use it some hours. And they're completely separate hours where like we're not both using it together. It's my time during this, or make the bedroom your room. Like, if one of you only really ever goes to the bedroom to sleep any fucking way, then it could be your room is the bedroom and the office room is their room. And there's ways to handle this is my point. Like, it's okay to want your own space, and there's ways to damn work out how to get your own space. And it's bullshit to be upset at your partner for wanting their own space.
You alone for like a little bit. I get what you're trying to say. It's like, oh, well, the whole house is, but you can't get away from children in that case. Isn't a woman cave just a laundry room? No, that's the kitchen. The 10-foot by 13-foot space filled with his books, computer games, and boys' toys. Came to represent everything I resented about the unfairness in our relationship. Why did he get to have a sanctuary away from responsibilities of parenthood and running our home when I was the one shouldering the vast majority of the burden? Talk about it then, bitch. If you want a woman cave,
communicate. Exactly.
Talk about it. Over the years, what began as an in-joke between my girlfriends built into a constant simmering resentment, further fueled by their own stories of husbands not doing their fair share. Yet I never addressed it with him. There it is. I didn't even read this part up here. I was reading this whole part. Yep, there it is. I never talked about having a woman cave for myself. Now I'm gonna blame him. Something I now bitterly regret at age 49. Should I have also sought professional psychological support through this tough period? Yes, but I didn't because I'm a woman.
Wait, does it actually say I didn't because I'm a woman?
Yes, but I didn't because...
Should I have also sought professional psychological support through this tough period? All I remember was feeling constantly tired. Okay, yeah. She added that on herself. She added that last part on herself. Okay.
Because I'm a woman. You have to tell him what's wrong. You can't do this thing where you go behind his back and bitch to your girlfriends, man.
True.
It's all about communication. You can't just leave out the part and then just divorce him right off the rip. All I remember is feeling constantly tired, stressed, guilty, and resentful. I was short with the girls and even shorter with Lawrence. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, cheese and crackers, man. One cold Sunday morning in January, when he'd left his mug near the dishwasher, instead of putting it inside the machine, I let it rip.
Built up to explode over a small thing.
What
Yeah.
a selfish
I've
father
done
he
that.
was,
I've done
spending
that.
hours
I'm
in
the
his
same.
man cave.
It's
That he
stupid.
never lifted a
You shouldn't do that. But I understand. I have done it myself.
finger in the kitchen. How underwhelming he was in bed. Jesus.
Ooh.
What?
So that's a complicated scenario. That could be lack of effort on either part, but usually it's a lack of effort on both parts. It's a difficult thing to address though, because there's lots of connotations to the conversation that are hard to overcome. Yeah, the lack of intimacy in bed is a sensitive topic for sure.
Oh. Okay, I was not expecting that. Holy. Oh my god. Actually, he wasn't. If anything, I was the underperformer, constantly finding excuses not to get intimate.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
god,
there
and
you
then
go.
we just flip it back and it's my fault. Oh my gosh, lady. And when we did it, actually willing it to be over so that I could get some sleep.
Bruh. But then
saw-
missing intimacy in your life at the same time. Well, bro, you made the scenario. As you admit yourself.
Him wins, yet seeing red, I carried on, shouting that we weren't even husband and wife, we were just partners bringing up our children. I then uttered the words, I really wish I hadn't. We should call it quits. I want someone better than you.
Ooh,
my
she said
gosh,
the phrase
man.
better than
This
you
is
too.
just sad to read. And again, chat, we can cope and say it's fake, but this happens literally daily all over the world in every culture. That's so sad, man.
True,
And imagine
very
what
sad.
she's not bringing up outside of this. What if he's the one like doing like the hard labor and like, I don't know, plowing the driveway or something? You know, plowing the snow on the
Not
driveway,
plowing,
or
apparently.
like, I don't know, building stuff, milking the cows. That's right. I know it should be divided equally. That's another thing. From what I understand from my parents, they always told me, like, if you have a bad relationship before you have kids, the kids aren't going to fix the problem.
No
You're just
shit.
going to
Why would they?
make it
Like,
worse,
I've
if any.
never understood that logic, bro. Like, yeah, kids aren't gonna make your relationship better. There's no like. How would that be a magical cure? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you want a better relationship, you have to work to build one.
Thing. Yeah, kids are gonna make it worse. It's not like it's gonna bring you together. It's either gonna stay the same or it's gonna make it worse. That's what my parents always told me. It's like, you having kids, if you ever like find someone and you want to fucking have kids, don't ever say, oh well, if you have children, it's gonna fix everything. No, it's not. It's gonna make it worse. Accurate. Ask me how I know. I don't need to. I understand. I hear from friends too that end up saying, well, not friends, but like acquaintances, I guess I should say, or like co-workers are like, I'm so unhappy. My husband doesn't do anything and he gets to sit at home and play video games after he comes home. Ah! You're just like, ugh. Okay.
Ooh,
Even for
indeed.
my own mother, for example, like, she's a bit of a hard ass, I'll admit it. But at least she came around when my dad and her had, like, you know, a talk about how he likes to play video games on Saturdays. He loves to sit down and play Age of Empires for like 2 to 3 hours every Saturday.
And why would that be a problem?
Kind of annoyed, not like full blown like this bitch. But she would get annoyed and be like, "Oh, you're doing nothing," and then she kind of like, I remember.
What do you mean you're doing nothing? So you're doing something at all times, bitch? Are you doing something at all times? I fucking doubt it. I'll bet you're fucking sitting around reading a book or fucking goddamn, scrolling on TikTok or something. You're doing nothing, quote unquote. Fucking at some point your goddamn day, every single day, I'm sure of it. What's with the double standard? Hate that shit.
One day she just said like, your dad works really hard. I enjoy that he enjoys his games for a few hours, because if she needs urgent help, he will drop everything. He'll like put the game on pause and just drop it and go help her if she needs like urgent help. If not, she just leaves him alone. She talked about there was communication. Exactly. And that's why I think it sucks, like, when you don't have even half decent parents, because, like, I know a lot of people go through, oh, my family's fucking horrible, blah, 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 blah. Even imperfect parents, if they show, like, a modicum of, like, understanding, it helps set, like, a really good example for kids. They remember that kind of thing. Yeah, being understanding goes a long way. Babe, I know you're bleeding out, but this is a multiplayer. I can't pause it. I don't think that'll happen, but anyway. By the time I had finished spewing out my awful tirade, I crumpled to the floor, where I promptly burst into tears. I assume just like the other occasions when I'd had a monumental meltdown. Oh, this happened more than once. Lawrence would kneel down and give me a soothing hug. Not this time, though. He walked out of the room. Yeah, because you kind of said this at the end, okay? That's why. That night, he went to stay at his mom's house. Ooh. After calling him throughout the night with no reply, the following day an email arrived telling me that I was right. We should call it quits. Apparently life was too short to walk on eggshells around me. You could never predict when I would erupt, scorching everything around me, then expecting it to all be forgiven in a heartbeat. Yo! She needs to take some anger management classes, dude. This could ultimately be fixed with, like, psychiatry or meds. Shika. Hold on, do I have any? No, I don't have any meds. That's crazy. That almost sounds like BPD, but that's whatever. Although Lawrence considered me a great mother, his rating of me as a wife was pretty poor, and he'd had enough now. That was a low blow. The world stopped turning. I couldn't believe things had got to this point. When I said those awful words in the heat of the moment, I never meant that we should actually split up. Okay, so why did you just not say it?
So, by the way, when it comes to people saying things that they don't mean along this vein, along this type of stuff, they're trying to be manipulative. That's what that means. They're trying to say, hey, change under threat of repercussions to make me happy. And holding people emotionally hostage is not a fair way to run a relationship. You're never going to get good results from it.
Oh my god! Chat! I don't want to be with you anymore! Oh, but I actually don't mean it. Sorry, I didn't actually mean it when I said that 2 seconds ago. Okay, bye-bye! I can't imagine being this dense. We'd started out with such high hopes. Lawrence and I got together when we both worked at the same bank and were joined at the hip from the start. After dating for a year, I fell pregnant and he proposed. When our first daughter arrived, I took extended maternity leave and never went back. I adore being a mother and have always operated from the position that mama knows best. And I became a bit of a perfectionist and a tyrant. That's what she admits. Lawrence tried to help, but if things weren't done my way, then it was the wrong way.
This
Today
is
I
what
recognize
she's
that I
gonna
sound
tell
like an
me.
utter harridan. I don't know what that word
Which
means.
is not
But
one
when
of
you're
it.
sleep deprived, forever catching up on chores, I just didn't have the time or patience to see it. I didn't appreciate what we had. Lawrence was a programmer, hence the man cave, and he earned a decent 5-figure salary. Living in the Midlands meant we could afford a family summer holiday
Every fucking yearly. Oh, sorry. Every yearly salary is a 5-figure salary. Like, there's nobody's making 4 digits less for an annual income that's supporting anything. You're at least making 5 digits.
every year. We'd have film nights at home and the odd date night as a couple too. I'd never doubted that he loved me. The it's over
Damn,
email. I
so you
thought
never
a
doubted
knee-jerk
that,
reaction,
yet you
so
still
I left
made
it to
this
cool
much of a
down for a few
problem.
days. I told the girls that Daddy needed to spend time with his mom for a bit as she was unwell, but after a week it was clear he wasn't coming back. Good lord, man. You had all this like nice life and you just pissed it away. Cause you can't fucking put a fucking lid on it. Or ask for help. Or get help.
You needed psychiatric
That's
help for
crazy
sure.
work. And now you're like, that's also a critical time too. If they were what? I don't know. Like, what are the kids? Like 6, 8? Between like the ages of like 6 and 12? That's a really bad time to get a divorce. Not that I condone getting a
she's not
divorce. I think it
wrong.
should be done as a last resort, but I'm just saying. I feel like it impacts kids way more between a certain ages, like before 18 and like when they're not when they don't understand but they have an attachment. Yeah. Is there a good time for one? Asking for a friend. No, but I'm just saying, I think if you're if you have adult kids, you getting divorced doesn't impact them as much because they're already out of the house. Teenage years? No, I think even teenage years is really, really bad because you're still living with your parents.
It's not
Marriage
nearly as bad
counseling,
as 6 to
again,
12.
I'm just saying I don't condone divorce. I think divorce is bad. I'm just saying that if you really want a fucking divorce, do it either before they're like at a certain point where they don't have like an insane attachment to the parents and they're not growing up.
You do it when they're like 1 or 2. I think it's actually better. Or if you do it after they're like 15, it's actually better than any of the times between those numbers.
Living through the divorce and traumatizing your kids in that way. My parents got divorced at 1. I don't remember anything. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can kind of understand it. I mean, it still really, really sucks, but it's bad. But it's not as bad as when you're going through it. But as I was saying, it's over email was, I thought, a knee-jerk reaction. Okay, bitch, you started melting on the floor and said I want to be with someone better, but that's a knee-jerk reaction. I can't. Fast forward 9 months, and I was officially a divorcee during the negotiations, egged on by girlfriends who were navigating similar relationship issues. Oh my god.
That's almost always the case, too.
The same thing. Oh my gosh. Even my solicitor steered me firmly back on the divorce track whenever I had a wobble. Yes, because the divorce lawyer gets money at the end of the divorce. If you back out, they don't get money, obviously. Oh, I trust you. Yeah. I got everything I'd asked for: custody of the children, the house, the maintenance. Lawrence found a smaller property with enough room for the girls. He had played by doubts on more than one occasion. I tried to call it off. Once in a rare face-to-face during child handover, I pleaded for another chance to see a relationship counselor altogether. You could have said something! You could have said
before
something!
that point.
Anyway, Jesus, this is a lot of fucking blah blah blah. My eldest now at 14 is very much aware of how I regret that this has happened. So here I am in my late 40s, a divorcee who can't help but look back. I don't know, man. This is fucking cooked. This is cooked AF. Ugh. These people,
ridiculous. Ridiculous. Papaya, papaya, papaya. Yep. Yep. This is a video. This is a video. Anyway, what we gonna do? Well, it's about time to get this new character rolling. But I need a little bit of grubby grubs, some foodie foods before that. So that's what we're gonna do next, is get some grubs in my belly while we work on the setup for our thing. There we go. I'm not going to react much to this, and we're probably not going to finish this video, but we're going to play a video while I go get some food. I'll be able to hear it, but I'll be away from the computer and I'll be able to speak. So that'll be what we're doing. Where's my OBS? Here we are. Oh, we're doing for the next like 15 minutes, probably.
Peter Maxey. Peter Maxey, going to ask you questions because I want to hear your answer. How many genders are there? Tough one.
Senator, there are 2 genders.
I know that well. I'm a she-he, so I'm on board.
Wait, he actually is a
His name is she. Nice.
Okay, that
Nice.
was really good.
That's a good one, yeah.
God damn, that was really good. Wow.
Senator, there are 2 genders.
I know that well. I'm a she-he, so I'm on board.
I don't get it. Read his name.
What is the diameter of the rifle round fired out of an M4A1 rifle?
That's a 5.56.
Yeah.
How many push-ups can you...
Yeah, the 5.56 or 2.23.
I knew that one, by the way. I played PUBG.
You do?
I did 5 sets of 47 this morning.
47 exactly? Really?
Damn.
It's a pretty good number. It's not crazy, but like
What do you
pretty
think
good fucking number.
What do you think our most important strategic base is in the Pacific?
In the Pacific, Guam is pretty strategically significant.
How many rounds of 5.56 can you fit into the magazine of an M4 rifle?
30, right?
Depends on the magazine, but standard issue is 30.
Yep.
Senator.
PUBG.
And what size
on this
round
for
does the
PUBG,
M9
wow.
Beretta standard issue sidearm for the military fire?
A 9mm, Senator.
What
Like
kind of
10
batteries
rounds?
do you put in your night vision goggle?
Duracell.
So right there, you're representing qualifications.
Man. Oh boy, easy questions. Yeah, it's like I knew a lot of these, man.
Also should be
In
at the
other
Defense Department.
words, you're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the defense industry for 10 years. You're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
You'll be the one, let us just be clear, in charge of the generals. And
Oh jeez. Oh god. No, General. Yeah, wow. And do you want to know what's really funny about this? Do you remember what I
Bruh.
said about how in school, when I didn't know the answer to a question, I would tell a joke? Remember that? And everybody would laugh and they'd move on. I do think that it's problematic that people that are in the military immediately go into defense contracting. I think it's problematic. I think it's a perpetuation of the military industrial complex. I don't think it's a good thing. perfect fucking deflect is exactly what I was talking about.
I'd like to submit for the record signatures by 32 members of the House of Representatives who are veterans. The signatures call on the Senate to honor the constitutional duty of advise and consent by conducting a fair, thorough confirmation process that evaluates his nomination solely on the substance. And
somebody also brought up a really good point, and this is you articulated it much better than I did. Your hygiene, not that message. If generals know at the end of their career they can just go to private arms companies, then they can help those companies while at their job as a general. Exactly. Completely agree.
Merits. His distinguished military service, academic credentials, and a bold vision for revitalizing the national defense. I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record.
Without objection.
You know, there's a lot of talk going about talking about qualifications and then about us hiring him if we are the board. But there's a lot of senators here I wouldn't have on my board because there is no qualifications except your age, and you got to be living in the state and you're a citizen of the United States to be a senator. Other than the fact we got to convince a lot of people to vote for us. And then when we start talking about qualifications, for if you're qualified for it. Could the chairman tell me what the qualifications are for the Secretary of Defense? Mr. Chairman, could you tell me what the qualifications are for the Secretary of Defense?
I'd be happy for
I'll read
for
it.
you to do
He
that.
got it ready.
Let me read it for you because I Googled
I was
Yeah.
getting some advice from
I
my
understand
second
that.
in command.
Yeah, but I'm just making a point because there's a lot about qualifications, and I think it's so hypocritical of senators, especially on the other side of the aisle, be talking about his qualifications, not being able to lead the secretary or be the Secretary of Defense, and yet your qualifications aren't any better. You guys aren't any more qualified to be the senator than I'm qualified to be the senator, except we're lucky enough to be here. But let me read you what the qualifications of the Secretary of Defense is, because I Googled it, and went through a lot of different sites, and really it's hard to
be from
see. But in
China.
general, the U.S. Secretary of Defense position is filled by a civilian. That's it. If you have served in the U.S. Army Forces and have been in the service for, you have to be
Man.
retired for at least 7 years.
You want to know the reason why they're pushing back on this guy? Is that there's a chance that I think that he's probably not like one of the guys that's part of the inside group, and maybe he's not old enough to where, you know, they're going to have him be part of that inside group yet. I think that's probably the real reason. Good? Yeah, no, I like him for sure.
Congress can weigh that. And then there's questions that the senator from Massachusetts brought up about serving on a board inside the military industry, and yet your own secretary that you all voted for, Secretary of Austin, we had to vote on a waiver because he stepped off the board of Raytheon. But I guess that's okay because that's a Democrat.
This is some fucking Metal Gear Solid plotline shit. This is the reason why those games were so popular. It's because everybody knows this is bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit. Obviously, it's bullshit. What is this?
Secretary of Defense. But you so quickly forget about that. And then Senator Kaine, or I guess I better use the senator from Virginia, starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job?
He just saying it. Oh my God.
And don't tell me you haven't seen it because I know you have. And how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down?
Yeah.
No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because the man's made a mistake. And you want to sit there and say that he's not qualified? Give me a joke. I mean, it is so ridiculous that you guys hold yourself as this higher standard and you forget you got a big plank in your eye. We've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. And Jennifer, thank you for loving him through that mistake. Because the only reason why I'm here and not in prison is because my wife loved me too.
Oh boy.
I have changed, but I'm not perfect. But I found somebody that thought I was perfect. And for whatever reason, you love Pete, and I don't know why. But just like our Lord and Savior forgave me, my wife's had to forgive me more than once too, and I'm sure you've had to forgive him too. And so thank you. So before I go down this rabbit hole again, tell me something about your wife that you love.
This definitely is fluffing. They're totally trying to build this guy up. Absolutely.
She's the smartest, most capable, loving,
Yep.
humble, honest person I've ever met. In addition to being incredibly beautiful.
Okay.
Don't forget about your kids.
I'm supposed to talk about my kids?
No, well, she's also the
Yeah.
mother.
Oh, an amazing mother.
Yes.
Of our blended
Man.
family of 7
Brother, I'm
kids.
pulling you
Love
along.
her.
I'm trying to help you here.
Man.
You know, do you believe that you're going to be running the Secretary or the Department of Defense by yourself?
Senator, absolutely not. Just as President Trump is assembling his cabinet, I look forward and already am in the process of building one of the best possible teams you can imagine with decades and decades of experience outside of the Pentagon, driving innovation.
Is this a state-sponsored sitcom? I want you to keep in mind that he's not even in office yet. This is like the commercial for before the show starts. This is the opening act. It's not even the opening act. This is the trailer. This is a teaser. Like I'm telling you guys, like, this is going to be crazy for 4 years. And the thing is that if it's entertaining enough, it'll be for 8 years.
Excellence and also inside the building, knowing how to make it happen. Yes, sir.
So, in your organizations that you did have the privilege of running, did you have a board that you?
In both organizations, we had a board. Yes.
Okay, and what did you do with that board? What kind of decisions did you make with them?
Those boards provided oversight and insight into decision making.
They all have special, unique sets that maybe filled gaps that you're not the expertise in?
Can someone explain to an EU tard what's going on? So this guy's getting, they're trying to make this guy in charge of our military. And a lot of people, like, so if you want to look at, if you ask, I'd say if you interviewed 100 people and you say, what does the government waste a lot of money on? They're either going to say poor people's welfare or the military. And I think that most of them would say the military. I think that there's a consensus that a lot of people have that the military is where we waste a lot of our money. And so people see this guy coming in who's like a relative, you know, obviously not an outsider, but like a relative outsider as like somebody who could potentially shake up that hegemony. And so that's the reason why people are favorable towards him. It's hard to say whether that's true or not. I don't really know, but that's basically what's going on.
Yes, sir.
So do you believe you're capable of surrounding yourself with capable individuals that you're going to be able to run those same ideas by and surround yourself with people that are smarter and better equipped in maybe areas that you don't necessarily carry those expertise with?
Senator, the only reason I've had success in life, to include my wonderful wife, is because of people more capable around me and having the self-confidence to empower them and say, hey, run with the ball, run with the football.
That's what I do with my raids. I have them do everything. I don't do anything.
Take it down the field. We'll do this together. I don't care who gets the credit. And in this case, that's how the Pentagon will be run.
Let's end with this, Mr. Chairman, about the qualifications. You got a man who has literally put his butt on the line, who served 20 years in the service, multiple deployments.
It's a long time.
Has heard the bullets crack over the top of his head, has been willing to go into combat, been willing to see friends die for this country. And he's willing to still put himself through this. His wife is willing to still stand beside him, knowing he wasn't perfect, knowing that all this was going to be brought up, and he's still willing to serve the country. What other qualifications does he need?
Oh boy, here we go. And so I think they're going to bring this guy in. I do think so.
Have you led an audit of any organization? Yes or no? I don't want a long answer. Yes or no? Have you led an audit of any organization
She's
of
mad.
which you were in charge?
Senator, in both of the organizations I ran, we were always completely fiscally responsible.
Yes or
with the
no,
money
did
that
you
we
lead
had.
an audit?
And the way
Yes
my
or
leadership
no,
has
did you lead
been
an audit?
stated
Yes or
has
no?
been completely
What are you afraid of? You
mischaracterized.
can't answer this question. Yes or no, did you lead an audit? Do you not know this answer?
Senator, every
Yes or
part
no?
of my leadership
Yes
of these
or no?
organizations
Yes
has
or
been
no, did you lead an audit?
misrepresented
I will
from
take
top
that as
to
a no.
bottom.
What were the findings? So there were no findings because you've never led an audit. What guidance did you give the auditors?
Oh,
None, because
shit.
you've never led an audit. Nobody expects you to be an accountant, Mr. Hexath. What we expect is for you to understand the complexity
boy.
of this Pentagon budget process that is absolutely necessary to outfit our warfighters.
Man.
Have you led an
Jesus, kind of a stupid question. Every organization gets audited. Yeah, obviously it does. Yeah, of course.
Military to take over Greenland, or would
This
you
man's
use
under
our
attack, boy. They
military
don't like him.
to
They don't want him there.
take over Greenland or an ally of Denmark?
Senator, one of the things that President Trump is so good at is never strategically tipping his hand. And so I would never in this public forum give one way or another
So
direct
that-
what orders
that
the president would
sounds
give
to
me
me-
in any context.
That sounds to me that you would contemplate carrying out such an order to basically invade Greenland.
I would do anything in the right context. Well, almost anything.
What?
Sorry. Definitely not
Damn,
anything.
really? That's crazy.
But 90%
Wow,
of possible
okay.
ideas I would do under the
She
right
tried so
context,
hard.
for
Yeah,
sure.
This is the way, bro, this is the I like pancakes so you hate waffles shit. Man.
Yep, that's what that is.
Completely cleared, can you so casually cheat on a second wife and cheat on the mother of a child that had been born 2 months before, and you tell us you are completely cleared? How is
Senator-
that a complete clear?
Senator, her child's
was that
name
a
is
complete
Gwendolyn Hope
clue?
Hegseth, and she's a child of God, and she's 7 years old.
And she
I'm
was,
glad
and
she's
you
here.
cheated on the mother of that child less than 2 months after that daughter was born,
Dear
didn't you?
Harston.
Those were false charges.
Well,
It was
no,
fully investigated, and I was completely cleared. And I
Completely.
Man. Oh boy. Who cares at the Joker? I'm not sure. Let me see if there's any more of these.
Do you know that being drunk at work is prohibited for service members under the UC?
You sound drunk right now. That's crazy. You actually sound drunk right this minute. How the hell are you gonna talk shit when you the one sounding drunk right now? Jeez.
CMJ?
Senator, those
Yes
are
or no?
multiple false anonymous reports peddled by NBC
Do you
News
know that
run
drinking
directly
on the job
contradictory to
is
the dozens of men and women at
not
Fox News.
contemplated?
Is she drunk right now?
Yeah.
Is that how she knows?
Somebody in
on
chat.
it?
Yeah.
Who I work with
I'm
who
not
came
hearing
on
the
the
answer to my
record
question.
and said they've
In your
never
opening
seen
statement,
that.
Mr. Hicks says, do you know that being drunk at work is prohibited for service members under the UCMJ?
Oh God. Just speaking from experience? Yeah, I guess so. Oh God. Let me see if there's any more of these that are good. Veterans Rally Capital. There's this.
Big audience here. Many of them seem to be patriotic supporters of
Yeah.
you, Mr. Hegseth. Some of them seem to be liberal critics of you. I would note that it's only the liberal critics that have disrupted this hearing. As was my custom during the Biden administration, I want to give you a chance to respond to what they said about you. I think the first one accused you of being a Christian Zionist. I'm not really sure why that is a bad thing. I'm a Christian. I'm a Zionist. Zionism is that the Jewish people deserve a homeland in the ancient Holy Land where they've lived since the dawn of history.
Ooh. Yeah, that's Israeli propaganda. We don't support that. No. No, 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 no. You can't be a Zionist. This is really propaganda. That means that they have claim to a country which they invaded and took by force, and that similar behavior is warranted and allowed on the global stage going forward. Both of those things are not okay. Regardless of what people want to say, how much they want to misutilize the term anti-Semitism.
Do you consider yourself a Christian Zionist?
Senator, I am a Christian, and I robustly support the state of Israel and its existential defense and the way America comes alongside them as a great ally.
Thank you. Because another protester, and I think this one was a member of Code Pink, which, by the way, is a Chinese Communist front group these days, said that you support Israel's war in Gaza. I support Israel's existential war in Gaza. I assume, like me and President Trump, you support that war as well, don't you?
Senator, I do. I support Israel destroying and killing every last member of Hamas.
And the
terrorist organizations are not good, by the way. I'm not some Hamas supporter, but neither am I an Israel supporter. I definitely don't like AIPAC's level of influence in our fucking government.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Jesus. Yeah, he's going in on it. Insane take. Yeah, no, they're going in.
No, they're not. They're just
wow.
covering.
Let's see if I can find the rest of these.
Right now.
Women should serve. Oh, here we go.
And I would point out, I have never disparaged women serving in the military.
We've got the video, we've got it in print. So going back to January 2013, you told a Fox News interviewer that women in the military simply couldn't measure up to men in the military, saying that allowing women to serve in combat roles would force the military to lower the bar. You picked up on that same theme in 2015, making remarks on Fox News, referring
If you aim at a certain quota of women in the military, then yes, you will force a lowering of the bar. Anybody who can pass the same PT test should be allowed in, man or woman. But they should have to pass the same physical fitness test. Like, right now as it stands, females have a different physical fitness test than the males. And that's wrong. Either you're physically capable or you're not. End of story. Gender regardless.
to women in combat as, quote, it would erode standards. June 2024, you said on Ben Shapiro's podcast,
I hate this bitch's
quote,
voice, too.
women shouldn't be in combat at all. And then, of course, we've talked about it in 2024. You published a book, and you said...
Is she... yeah? Is this like a gotcha? I don't understand this.
On page 26 of your book, we need moms, but not in the military, especially in combat units.
This PC bullshit, I think
Page 48 of your book, you claim that women should not be in combat roles, because men are distracted by women. And then 10 weeks ago, you appeared on the Sean Ryan Show and said, I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles.
I love how this is the clip and it doesn't even give his response. And she's posting this as if this is not a popular opinion, as if this is some kind of like, oh, I gotcha. See, remember when you said this bad thing? Yeah, I would assume that a lot of people agree with that. It's not even a question. It is actually, yeah. Where's the rest of the clip? I haven't seen it. Yeah, they turned it off. He changed his view, though? I'd have to look and see. Even most women don't want to fight? Oh, I don't know. I want to see what he replied. Well, they didn't show that. I guarantee your private security is 100% composed of big, beefy men and no women. Well, I mean, if you have a gun, it's not really that big of a difference. But, like, you have to carry somebody out of, like, a battle. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you have to lower this, like, this is the way I see it, right? Is that if women can meet the same standards, it's okay. But if you have to lower the standards to make it to women can join, I think that's a bad thing. That's the way I see it. So, like,
oh, wow. That's exactly what the fuck I said. Crazy. Who would have thought that was such a rational, obvious take? Oh my god. Who would have thought?
Like, theoretically, if there's a woman who can meet the standard, then it's fine. But if the solution to having women involved...
The standard isn't really that high. Spent 4 years in the Marine Corps. I passed Marine Corps enlistment standards and military boot camp. Served 4 years. It's actually not that hard. But it's hard enough that a decent little portion of the population was not going to be able to do it. And a much larger portion of the female population is not going to be able to do it. And it needs to be a same standard, male or female, whether or not you're qualified. You have to hit those minimum levels of like being able to physically perform. I don't know why this is a topic of debate at all.
Is to lower the standards, then you're putting everybody at risk. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, how do you not think like that? It's logic. Yeah, it's just, that's logical. Now, I think like women being a distraction in combat, like, I mean, it's like, it's like kind of politically incorrect thing to say,
bullshit.
right? It's like, I think part of
I
that's
think it's actually
true,
kind of bullshit.
but it's also the fault of the men. So it's like, how do you?
It's to what extent that it is true, it is the fault of the men. But it doesn't matter if it's the fault of the men. If it was true enough, fault, regardless of what the fault was, like if it brings down your combat capability, then you just can't have it, regardless of where the fault falls. But it's just not true. Like it's like women aren't that distracting, bro. They really aren't. The only real consideration would be like women getting pregnant in the field, and them having to be considered, you know, them being a financial drain on a military budget while not being viable as actual combatants. And that's the only argument that I can see. And then you can get around that easily by saying you're not allowed to get pregnant. And we have plenty of contraceptive options in the modern world. You get pregnant, you're booted, basically. Just do that. Like, sex is a choice. Like, if you're raped, and that's a whole nother thing. Like, you know, we have provisions for that. But like, outside of the grape, to get pregnant, you should just be told that, well, you no longer qualify as a valid active member. And if you're still within your first 4-year contract, you should have your benefits revoked. Like, that's pretty much it. Problem solved in that regard.
Handle that. It's very hard to say. But like overall, yeah, if you have to lower standards for that, then it's a mistake. Well, our brains work? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, Asthma on Combat either. They didn't lower standards for women. They lowered standards due to lack of people signing up. So men and women have to meet the same standards to pass the military? Like for pull-ups and stuff like that? Do they have to do the exact same? Right, so women have lower standards. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, it's bad. Okay, yeah, they have lower standards. Yeah, all right, well, there it is. Really simple, like, wow. Literal, like... How do you not think like this? I don't get it, man. Not even half? Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, this is interesting, but I don't think there's, like, too many good clips about this, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and I'll look at the rest of it. But that's it. Retards run the country? Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that, like, everybody can agree, like, you know, having somebody in, like, a nurse role or something like that, or, like, a secondary role is not that big of a deal. But if you have, like, a combat role where you need to have, like, a certain level of physical capability, then if you don't meet that standard, it doesn't matter what the reason is. You're just simply not there, right? I mean, that's it. Yeah, support staff is fine. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, it's not personal. It's not about, I have the same viewpoint with, like, fat cops. Like, if you're a fat cop and you can't pass, like, some physical test, then you need to fucking, like, go on leave until you can. Like, it's the same exact thing. Like, I don't think there's any difference between the two things at all. thought this would be funny to watch.
I signed up for a singles event on Valentine's Day, and here's how it went. It was fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit.
Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events.
Going to another singles event, and this is my outfit.
Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
So I would love to hear from you all as to why you think men don't attend singles events.
Come with us to a Thursday event. No attractive men found.
Once again, modern women get disappointed after attending a single event. The lack of male attendees.
I didn't even know what a singles event was. The closest thing I've ever had to a singles event is I used to draft in Magic the Gathering on Friday nights.
Is the main reason for their disappointment, and some got mad to the point of calling it a waste of time and money.
I signed up for a singles event on Valentine's Day.
Imagine how guys feel doing anything.
Bro, what the fuck is this?
Here's how it went. I was so nervous, you guys.
Yeah.
This was a singles tournament at this paddle club here in New York
We've
City.
been shot and they can't find the name is the title of
It was
this.
fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit. There was food and drinks and a DJ, so the vibe was good, but I wasn't really vibing with anyone. So please keep pushing me to put myself out there. Thanks, guys.
I'm not 6 feet. I don't have a six-pack. I don't make six figures. And guess what? I don't care.
Okay.
Less than attractive guys would be rejected, and the handsome guys don't want masculine women. Women don't want the guys who need singles events. The guys women do want don't need this event.
That's basically it. Yep, there we
Probably
go.
true, yeah.
It's none of the girls that were going there were particularly that attractive. Like, I would say at least the ones that made the videos, they weren't that attractive. And so why would a guy want to go there? And like, here's the thing, is nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to go ahead and say it, but like, you look at the girls that are there. And there it is. They're not ugly. Yeah, but what you have to understand is that guys think that if you are 325 pounds, you smell like an old chair. The last time that you saw your penis was in high school, and your favorite thing to do is talk about armor and weapons from the Middle Ages. But you still think that you deserve an 85-pound cat girl that will cook you dinner.
Yeah,
Because you're a king. That's right, huh? And so why are you going to go to one of these fucking events? What are you trying to do?
That's simple.
I think that's bullshit. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of delusional dudes out there like that. Absolutely. Then they need to get their reality checked for sure. But to imply that that's the reason why these events suck, not because of delusional men. It's not even because of delusional men. It's because nobody that is desirable is going to these things. And nobody that is willing to settle is going for these things. Man or female. If none of those things are true, then there's no hookups happening, son.
Six-pack and make six figures. Just not 6 foot tall, so women will date me and let me take care of everything while letting me know they are settling. I'm out.
Jesus, bro, that's sad. Oh my God. Let me know that they're settling? Wow, bro, that's fucking brutal. Yeah, base? Yeah, I mean, there it is. Look at his profile picture. Yeah, he's old. Yeah, look, he's balding, right? I mean, there it is. Yeah, he bald. Like, I mean, there it is, right? I mean, what are we talking about?
I remember the days that men used to pay for these single events that were free to women. We know.
Well, yeah, that's why they have the ladies' nights at the bars. Like, of course. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, that is the way it is. It says you. Yeah, and look how much effort I go into trying to comb over my hair.
Well, that made sense when women didn't make money. Nowadays, the average woman makes more money than the average male. Back then, the women didn't make money. Therefore, if you wanted to have an equal distribution of men and women, then you had to make the cost less for the women. They didn't make any money. Free was the way to go. It's not the same environment anymore.
And make it look like I'm not fucking bald. Like, that's the... See? I mean, I'm saying the same fucking thing, man. What y'all trying to start shit for? I bet the girls that go to those events are down for anything. Might be worth a shot. I don't know, really. I've never been to one of those things before. I never had a dating app before. I've never had a dating app. Now, I've messaged girls on Instagram. Sure, for sure I did that. But, you know, Twitter, shit like that, absolutely. But I never downloaded Tinder or any of that other bullshit, man. Never got into it.
Longer go to these single events because we had to pay for them and then no women would show up. Now they know how we felt years ago.
Yep.
At least she was lucky this event happened because others were canceled due to the lack of men's interest. But when it comes to this video, I want to concentrate on this part.
It was fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit.
Our lack of interest in this type of event is just the result of constant unsuccess when it comes to what we want out of these gatherings, and this is something that won't change any.
I think another reason why this is not as successful for men is because there's not a shared culture anymore. Like, I bet events like this in like the year 1953 were really successful because everybody loved Jesus, everybody was conservative, and everybody was racist. So you have a lot in common with the people that are there. So you go to something like that, everything's fine. But now it's like there's so many differences and you know, like lack of shared values that going to a big public event.
No, I think the fact that was whatever. Back then, people that were going to events like that were willing to settle. They knew that they were scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's where they found themselves if they were taking themselves to an event like that. And now our common culture is entitlement, and no one's willing to settle, regardless of how unsuccessful they've been for how many years. And therefore, those events are useless because people that need to settle are the ones going, but they're not willing to settle, so nothing gets done.
Like this isn't as appealing to a man anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's a good times. Yeah, if you want that same thing as like you want that same experience now, just play Counter-Strike.
Anytime soon. And for those who want to understand men's reason for not attending a single event, have a look at the next clip.
Tell you about my experience speed dating in New York City. And we're like, this selection? Literally every single guy was 5'6" or under, and there was not one cute
She's probably 5'1".
guy.
That was the feedback of the event she attended, and this is what most guys face when they participate in this gathering. What men would be motivated or interested in a single event after comments like this?
Well, the men that are taller, right? Obviously, those are the ones that are doing it. But the reality is that the guys that, like, this is one of the things that, like, a lot of people, especially, like, young kids and, like, maybe people that don't understand the way it is, they might not get. Have you guys ever seen those different posts and shit like this about how some girl gets, you know, some rich guy taking her out on a yacht? And, you know, it's like all these nice places this guy's taking her and, you know, all how great this is and everything like that, right? Y'all ever seen this? Yeah, we all gone and seen this. And then people say, wow, all of that work just to have your face blurred out because she'll blur the guy's face out. What they don't understand is that it was the guy telling her to fucking do that. 90% of the time, it's the guy telling her to do that because he doesn't, because here's the thing, right? He might be married or he's got another one lined up for next week and 2 more the week after that. And so if he's got a bunch of pictures taking all these girls out to this yacht, it's going to look weird. So he has her blur out the face and it's like, oh, it's just for us, baby. Yeah, for sure. That's what you said last week to the other one. And that's what it is. So yeah, of course, guys, like any guy that's in a good position like this probably isn't going to go to an event like this. That's just the way it is. Men up their standards as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like if you're a guy and you're in a good position in life, you want to find a hot girl, right? A really pretty girl, or at least a girl that will do the things that you want her to do.
Or
So
the other,
yeah, it's the
depending on how
same. It's the
freaky
same
you are.
common sense.
The more freaky you are, the less you care about how hot she is, and the more you care about is she willing to do the freaky shit.
Never heard of this shit until now? Well, you think about it though, right? Think about it. Like if you're a guy and you have let's say you are the son of a CEO and he's like the CEO of Kellogg's, right? You probably don't want to get your dad in trouble whenever you're bringing a bunch of hoes on your dad's yacht. Because if that happens, then your dad's going to get pissed off and he's not going to let you use the yacht anymore. You don't want to lose that. So you've got to pretend like it's not you, right? Yeah, that's the way to smart. You got to be thinking, man. You got them cereal money? Yeah, exactly.
Cereal money.
Most modern women are looking for Chad only, regardless of the setting. And they are looking for those guys on a dating app, single event, and in any other possible setting you can.
No, I've seen some girls I've had girls show me like their dating app profiles and shit like this, right? And because like I'll be like, yo, can I see this? Like I want to see what like what kind of guys match with you, right? Like straight up, like I don't care if it's nosy as hell. Like yeah, I want to know. And so I'll see the messages and like some of the guys that like try to match with these girls, bro, like the horrors. Yeah, it's bad. And then you have like the guys. I've had guys to show me like the girls that'll match with them, bro. Like I've made enough jokes today. Everybody knows what I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Think of. Therefore, if you are the average Mike who works at Amazon, going to a single event will not make any difference because the likelihood of being rejected.
Oh, it will if you look good. And if you're good at talking to people, it matters. Sure.
It is the same as anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
What is the point of paying to be rejected? We are well aware that most of us are not Chad, and we are clever enough not to pay to be rejected. But there is a vital piece of information most modern women are missing. They aren't aware that Chad doesn't need to attend a single event to find women. They already have a large pool to pick from. And with that being said, they have no reason to attend it.
Now we're going to see a woman.
Yeah, because a lot of the girls that are going to these events, like logically, right? It's like if you are a really pretty girl, you're going to have guys trying to hit you up and talk to you all the time. So you're probably not going to have to go to an event for that because it's just your everyday life.
Yep.
So by survivorship bias, the ones that are going to these events
and trying to sell the tickets for her single.
Well, the thing is, it's not just that the girls have plenty of attention already, but also the guys have plenty of success already. With the good guys, yeah, they don't get hit on as the way that a hot woman gets hit on. But when they do the hitting on, they are generally successful. Like they just do it wherever the fuck they're at on any given day, any given moment. So they don't need a special venue to hit on chicks. They're not going to these things either. Like I said, the people that go to these events, male or female, are people that are unsuccessful elsewhere and need to settle. And in modern day, they're not willing to settle. That's the difference.
Event, but she was clever enough to use a great selling point, which is an abundance of male attendees.
I'm not going to say.
Her advertisement video shows an event full of men. Let's have a look at what she is trying to sell to women.
Yeah,
It's a conversation event where everyone just happens to be single and we discuss interesting topics and get to hear different perspectives. We'll give you the conversation starters and topics so you don't need to worry about what to talk about next. You can just enjoy chatting to some great people and suss out who you'd like to get to know more. There's a big grazing table and plenty of chances to go around and chat to those people who pique your interest. You need to come and check out our Singles Connection event. Our last one in February was such a success. Head to our bio to apply. We already have
I could not imagine, bro. I could not imagine doing that. That looks stressful as fuck. I would just, bro, like, I do not want to do that. Like, and now to be fair, any event with people sitting around outside talking to each other, this automatically is kind of like a non-starter for me, right? But I mean, this is especially.
Over 130 new applications for this event. We'll see you there.
She is very intelligent and her advertisement video was well thought through. She knows that women are losing interest because men usually don't go. But to get around this fact and get modern women to buy the ticket, she came up with the idea of having a video showing an abundance of men. But we have to give her credit for her creativity. She deserved it. But
well, and it's also like you look at the guys here. Like this dude is ripped. Look at this. Like look at the form-fitting pants. Like this dude has got it on. Like look at that guy. That guy, he's got it on. Like all of the guys in this video are good-looking dudes. Absolutely. It's not even a question. Like that guy, that's a good-looking guy. Yeah, he's older guy. He's got a great hairline. That's weird. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? But like, that's what it is. Paid actors, right?
And this is what we are about to see in the next clip.
I'll see if I pause another one. And then there's the actual one, right? It's like some fucking 38-year-old fat guy that wants to talk about the Roman Empire, and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he wants to talk about, like, you know, the merits of, like, you know, well, what really happened during the Holocaust? And she's like, oh, fuck, oh, no, not again. Oh, Jesus. And that's the only guy that shows up. Not again, yes.
One thing I don't see mentioned on these single event videos, and maybe it's different in every area, but in Virginia Beach, single events charge men more to attend. Charge men more to be there and wonder why it's all women.
Man, that's crazy.
In which case, the selection of men is going to be worse than the selection of women. The selection of either is not going to be good. Because there's normal people, like, you know, quote unquote, high value candidates of the relationship market are not going to places like this. Like, they're successful without thinking about going to a place like this.
Crazy. It all makes sense now? Yeah, I guess so, huh? That's nuts.
They want you to pay for everything and expect to do nothing in return. The risk is not worth it. My boyfriend had to come to my country to find me.
Yeah.
It was so sad when he was almost crying, telling me he had never come home to a warm homemade meal and a smile. We are very traditional and family-oriented here in Dominican Republic.
There it is. There it fucking is. Yep. You've got to go get him and bring it back. Yeah, hey, whatever it takes. Absolutely.
All that independence that they wanted so bad has come back to haunt them.
I feel like this is, like, whenever I read a comment like this, do you know what I think? Unresolved personal trauma. It's like you had a bad experience with a girl in high school, and like you're talking this, like, what are we doing? What are we doing with this? It's so annoying to me. I have to read this bullshit. Yeah, it's always the men's fault. Yeah, come on. Passport bros are failing badly, though. Well, look, I mean, you're going to have some winners and you're going to have some losers. That's the way it is with anything.
Let's get this grind going, boys. I think it's about damn time. Don't you? Let's get it rocking. I think it's time to get it rocking. I thought I'd had some just chatting, but we're not apparently been in just chatting. We've been in World of Warcraft. Well, now we're actually going to be doing some World of Warcraft stuff. Let's get it.
Yeah, are Russian mail order brides real? I don't know. Like, I go look it up. They're not entirely wrong.
Bound
Yeah,
to the
maybe.
iron will of the
I would go to
tyrant
any
Lich
of those
King.
women's single
The
events.
va-
It's a complete waste of time. Men, work on yourself.
I remember I saw an advertisement for one of those, and it said that if the girl, I think this was one from like Vietnam or like China or something like that, and I just turned this fucking thing down. This motherfucker's so goddamn hot. It says, how much is this in my fucking room? 89 degrees. Are you kidding me? Suck my fucking dick. What is this bullshit? 89 fucking degrees in this, goddamn it.
You would haunt them.
How the
I wouldn't
hell?
go to any of those women's
I'd be
single
dying
events.
like 78.
It's a complete waste of time.
What do you require?
Men, work on yourself. You will be glad that you did. This is the reality of what goes down in most of these events,
Yep.
but those trying to sell the ticket paint it as if it is flooded with man. If you look at the footage closely, you will realize that most tables have 3 women and only 1 man. But at this point, we can consider this event.
Well, that's probably also like a lot of guys, you know, like if you're like my age or like plus minus 3 years, you probably don't have this issue if you're older than me. But younger guys aren't used to talking to girls face to face as much. Like they don't have to do that. So it's like having to do something like this, that's kind of crazy. Like now it's got to be a 3v1. Like, holy fuck, man. Like this is too high of a level. Yeah, especially now. That's nuts.
Successful because others didn't even have the opportunity to start, as the host had to
3v1,
cancel
yeah.
it due to men's lack of interest. Even though there weren't enough men for every woman present in that event, they should still be happy because at least those guys gave them the opportunity to go out and interact with others. But I am glad guys are no longer wasting their time and resources on things like this. We know that paying to be...
Well, if you were looking for a boyfriend, why don't you just go to the local Warhammer store? Just go there and ask one of them, what army do you play? And before you know it, you're going to be married. Problem solved.
True.
So if it's like, you know, here's the thing. You want to fish where the fish are. What are you doing over here? They're like, oh, well, there's no fish over here. Well, yeah, just you fucking, it's the ground. It's not, what's no water here. Warhammer is the water. Because they're not hot chads? Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's why the guys aren't going there, because there's not hot girls there. It's simple.
Yeah, but neither one of the groups wants to settle.
Next, we have another group of women who have something to say about the number of attractive guys they found in the event they attended.
Come with us to a Thursday event. Pet talk before we leave. No attractive men.
Now,
What are you bringing to the table?
I'm not going to say it.
I said it already.
But
Maybe next time.
Why would a strong, independent, educated, and powerful woman need a singles event? I bet men did show up, but women today don't see those types of men. Chad doesn't go to singles events. Good men don't go either. It's a waste of time, energy, and money. For us bottom
Hey, quick bag,
96%
let's
of
go.
men, we can stay at home and be rejected for free. If my drinks ain't free, you won't see me. The men they want to meet don't need to go to singles events. They have plenty of
Well, I've been
options
saying.
already and don't need to subject themselves to this. The goal of those events is loud and clear.
well, it's like if a guy has to pay more money to go to the events and then there's not a lot of hot girls at the events. Like if you at least go downtown, like if you want to see, like if you want to go to a place where there's hot girls, go to a fucking gym. Go to a club downtown. There's gonna be hot girls there. That's it. So if like again, fish where the fish are. What are you doing? Gyms are insane. Yeah, there's plenty of hot girls at gyms. What are you talking about? I'm one of the biggest names in Warhammer. I'm flown around the world for Warhammer conventions, and I can confirm that 99.9% male attendance rate. Yeah, and you want to know what that 0.1% is? Wives and daughters.
Yep.
Oh, I've got, you know, I've got her for the weekend, so she's gonna come with me to this event. Or like, oh yeah, I brought my wife here. See, look at this. See, honey, remember this? So these are the Tyranids. Cause remember, like, so the God Emperor, and like then, cause like the battle against like, so his son Horus, and like, yeah, that's far away. That's the 0.1%.
If modern women were going to this event with an open mind, things would be a lot different for them. If they weren't too focused on finding Chad, they probably would be able to see other guys who could be a better fit for them, but their inability to look in other directions prevents them from seeing other guys. Then they asked why most of us are no longer interested in single events. Would they pay for an event where they have a 90% chance of being rejected? I bet they wouldn't make this financial mistake. Most guys wouldn't mind going to these events if things were different, but based on...
No, guys don't want to go to that kind of an event because it's weird. That's the reason why. It's just a weird event. Like, why do you want to deal with this shit being a bunch of other people? Like, it's uncomfortable. It's awkward. Yeah, I guarantee you these events are awkward. Like, guaranteed, this shit is so awkward.
What modern women are looking for. Most of us already know it's a lost battle, which makes going to a...
And the thing is, like, I don't really feel a lot of awkwardness with stuff, but it's uncomfortable forced interaction. Yeah, but like, I can tell. Like, if you guys, like, I'm the kind of person that I try to make things less awkward, and whenever I make people uncomfortable, it's always on purpose. Like, I basically never make a person uncomfortable unless I'm trying to, which is a lot. But that's it. And so, like, but I will see in situations where somebody says something that makes everybody uncomfortable and they don't even notice it, right? And it's like, oh god, like I don't want to. Right? It's like watching an episode of The Office, but it's real life.
If somebody makes someone else uncomfortable, they notice it. I think majority of the time that's the case.
This is all for today's video.
90% of the time, 85% of the time.
Please don't forget to subscribe.
Events are fucking weird, yeah. No, I think this is it's a huge factor.
I signed up for
and I don't think that there's going to be guys that are going to go to events like this because, again, like if you're a successful, good-looking guy, why would you do this? There's no reason. If you're a really attractive girl, why would you do this? You probably have guys talking to you all the time. And so where is the real audience? Where are these actual people coming from? I really don't know.
Yes.
So yeah, incel preaching. You think it's incel? This is like an incel thing? Well, I don't know, man. Like I think that really.
Remember.
I don't know if it's really in. I feel like okay, so 100%. This video, it's like. Yes, there will be 100% incels that will watch this. I'll give it a like and I'll link you guys the video. But yeah, no, it definitely will have incels watching, 100%. But there's also girl incels. That's the thing. It's usually a cop-out reductive answer, though. And there are some things, like, I mean, the thing is with a lot of this stuff, incel YouTubers, incel bait, yeah, absolutely there's going to be some of them. But there's a lot of people like that. Femcels, there are. There's so many of them. Absolutely. And, like, if I was going to say why I think girls are femcels,
this is so crazy, bro. I can't believe I'm back here doing this fucking level 1 bullshit. After making a level 40, dude, that's crazy to me. I really did fuck up so hard, bro. I played the fuck out of myself. Played the actual fuck out myself, bro. Feels real bad.
I would get in trouble. And I say a lot of stuff. I say a lot. Like I go pretty far, but even that would be too much for me. Right? Yeah, I would get in trouble. But Femso right here. Yeah, exactly. If I speak, yeah, there it is. And so oh, come on. Hey, I I take it over the line enough already, okay? Why don't you just chill out? Yeah, time to get canceled? Yeah, there it is. The same mentality as incels? Sure. Incel's massively overused. Incel is usually used whenever it's referring to a male who criticizes a female. So, like, if you criticize a female, then you're an incel. It's pretty simple, right? So, yeah, good on competition, exactly. And I do think that's happened a lot. It has. Give me 1 second. Hello? Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Okay, I didn't get in earlier because you were quick to hang up.
Yeah.
On the single thing. There's a great lyric from an old song. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, make an ugly woman your wife. You know, and the thing is,
yeah.
They go to these things and they want to get laid by at least an 8. You know.
Yeah.
Well, lower your standards a bit, get laid, and then that's the hell with it. You know.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're in some relationship with her. You just ignore the calls and that's it.
Just ignore calls. Just be a douchebag.
9s and 10s, you got to really step up your game. If you don't have the 6 feet, you got to get the 6 digits or whatever.
Yeah.
And the fact is that I've never been big. I was really like 6'9", 8.5 or something like that tops.
Yeah.
And so I'm not the best looking guy in the fucking world, and I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Not a good. Females didn't want to be around me mostly.
Yeah.
But the ones that did, that was cool. They were outriders, And
yeah.
And they had a great time. But as I've always told you, there is a reason old Pa lives over here in this house, in his little house, all by himself. With the doors locked.
Yeah.
And so that's the best way to go. Or to have a partner, and it's a partner, not a wife.
All right.
It's just a little tip to pass along.
Thanks, I appreciate it. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Words of quote-unquote wisdom.
Things just to get laid.
I get it. All right, I'll talk to you later. No, sit. Okay. There it is. Partner, not wife. Yeah, true, definitely. Where's the rest of this? One of the video comments, enjoy the alcohol and the sisterhood of the unwifeable. Oh my god. Misandry is actually rampant in society these days. That's the reason why we're at where we're at. Well, it's because a lot of girls, so like here's the problem, right? It's that a lot of girls get these comments and they'll get guys that are like trying to talk to them. And they're so creepy and weird that, well, they don't want to deal with that. Yeah, of course, right? It's like if you want to hate men, make a dating app and pretend to be a girl and then just look at your DMs. You'll see why they hate men. It makes sense. Really, it does. Like, I can totally understand it. Call me an incel, but I don't date hip. Call me an incel, but I don't date hip. Okay, all right. So this has been a video, a lot of...
We're done with that. Solar panel. This boy got a hit.
Speak quickly. Our time will come.
Hello? Do not speak. Trust no one. Dark Lady, watch over you.
Speak quickly.
The level 4, we pick up some more spells.
What do you require? What would you ask of death?
Conjure water and frostbolt.
Victory for Sylvanas.
That fucking window on it. Maybe I'm driving me crazy. It's not you. Maybe I'm driving me crazy. It's not you. But maybe. I said I'm okay, but no way. No need to wait for me. So maybe I'm driving me crazy. But maybe. I got love for you, but I hate me. Dun, 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 dun. so why don't fuck with that lame shit? I guess going from the top. Well, that's 2 questions. Why? You see the pain in my life. Demons come back from the past.
What is it? Goodbye.
I got a wand in the bag, boy. We got trip bags. Oh no, and crate on RNG. Let's fucking get it, boys. We off to a good start at least. What? Oh, I can't talk right now, can I? Oh yeah, I can't talk because it's too low level. I'll let my man know I'm thankful. I need my shoot button. Can't talk in game. No. Action. That boy, no. I'm gonna level them up. But it's another shot. Hey. Let's get it, boys. Come on. What up, pussy for the birds?
What is it? Our enemy is abound. What now? Remember, patience. What now?
Well, bullshit for the birds. The birds thought that the birds were. The back of the car speaking. The back of the car spitting. Sip of cranberry juice. Yeah, look at that boy, 47 already. Hurry up. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it going now.
What would you ask of death? Watch your back.
1, 10.
I'm out of range.
11.
I need to get closer.
And 12. One last quest, boys. And then we out the starting zone.
What now? Embrace the shadow.
Plus, we know what because they show me no sympathy.
Speak quickly. Trust no one.
Let's go get our spell upgrades.
What now?
Order food. Fire blast. Fireball.
Beware, our enemies abound.
I've been up the SLS for a while. And you're really gonna have to hold me fucking town. And this we're playing in the sheets, baby, madly. Never getting cheese, baby, mad cash. Yeah, we going into a bad bad. Get into it, get into it, get into it, baby, mad, mad.
And you are? This had better be good.
Oh no no no! I'm never let him. There's the old abomination with the quest. He's right along our path for once. Give me that there balloon weed, boy. Give me that there balloon weed. My way hit hard as a bitch. No, 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 no. It's a black hole that's on plates on my soul.
What is it? Beware the living. This better be good. I am forsaken. Farewell.
Want me to pick up a quest?
This had better be good.
People at home.
And you are. Embrace the shadow.
What now? Watch your back.
I'm listening. Goodbye.
With the first aid training.
I am forsaken.
What is it?
Where's the skinny boy?
Our time will come.
Alright, and then where's the tailor?
Beware. Our enemy is abound.
Let's see the skinny guy first. Lord, don't let me down.
What would you ask of death? Trust no one.
I have exactly what you need. Shark lady, watch
Look
over
at the
you.
brilliant small fish. I'm gonna pick up a skinny knife and then we pick up Taylor. Oh, don't let me down.
I am forsaken.
Let's see if we can get a quest off the guy inside. Is there like a wanted poster or something somewhere? Yeah. Not enough, not enough. Listen to E for effort.
What is it?
What the hell was this thing? Get him. What ain't beast? Give me that little bit of light leather, boy. Alright, we get some extra money. Alright, got 4 bags already, boys. Full 6 slots, right? Yeah, that's 6 slots, yeah. Full 6 slots already, baby.